Imagine building a personal financial empire by denying yourself every single luxury for 30 consecutive years. You stash every single penny into a standard zero-interest bank account to ensure your wealth remains totally secure. But when you finally open that impenetrable vault to retire, you realize the solid walls were slowly evaporating away. Playing it completely safe with your cash is mathematically the most dangerous financial decision you will ever make. This educational retrospective examines the fatal illusion of extreme frugality that traps the cautious working class. We are unraveling the psychological phenomenon that makes saving money the exact mechanism that destroys your wealth. If the numbers in your bank application constantly go up but you still feel poorer, you are already falling behind. To understand this paradox, we have to travel back to the year 2000 and look at a seemingly massive fortune. A cautious worker places exactly £100,000 under their mattress to hide from volatile stock markets. They check the pile every single morning, verifying that not a single paper note has vanished from their secret stash. Over 24 years, that nominal figure of £100,000 remains entirely untouched and untarnished. Our brains are hardwired to celebrate this numerical stability because the balance on the screen never drops at all. But the undeniable reality is that this perfectly preserved pile of cash lost 40% of its purchasing power. This silent bleed happens because inflation acts as an invisible tax that systematically dismantles uninvested capital. You might ask why intelligent adults willingly volunteer for this guaranteed financial decay instead of seeking growth. The answer lies deep within a cognitive bias that the wealthiest elites actively train themselves to entirely ignore. This psychological trap tricks cautious savers into choosing mathematical certainty of loss over the prospect of growth. In the late 20th century, two Israeli psychologists published a groundbreaking theory on human economic behavior. They proved that human beings do not evaluate financial outcomes logically, but rather through a lens of intense fear. Their Nobel Prize-winning prospect theory uncovered the precise mathematical weight of our profound financial anxiety. They discovered that the emotional sting of a £10 market drop is felt twice as intensely as a £10 reward. This phenomenon is called loss aversion, and it completely paralyzes the working class into holding on to liquid cash. Your brain literally perceives the temporary dip of an investment portfolio as an immediate threat to your survival. To extinguish that primal panic, you retreat to the false sanctuary of a bank account where the balance never falls. By seeking psychological comfort in nominal value, you completely ignore the fact that your real value is plummeting. You celebrate the milestone of saving £10,000 without realizing those pounds buy fewer goods every month. This desperate need for absolute certainty creates a catastrophic vulnerability known among professionals as cash drag. Cash drag occurs when uninvested capital sits idle and acts as a massive anchor dragging down your entire net worth. Historical trends suggest that wealthy individuals ruthlessly eliminate cash drag from their portfolios at all costs. The elite understand that inflation will inevitably devour any liquid currency left unprotected in a checking account. But the average worker remains completely oblivious to this mechanism because their cognitive bandwidth is exhausted. Living in a constant state of extreme frugality actually imposes a severe psychological toll called the scarcity tax. You spend hours stressing over a 50p discount at the local grocery store just to protect your fragile budget. That relentless focus on saving tiny pennies blinds you to the broader macroeconomic forces shifting wealth around you. When your mind is trapped in survival mode, you miss the larger wealth-building opportunities staring you in the face. The scarcity mindset forces you to play defense forever while the rich strategically play offense with their capital. You might feel superior for never taking a risk, yet people who seem financially reckless are actively getting richer. They are not reckless, they simply understand that risk is the mandatory admission price for protecting actual value. A bank vault is not a protective shield, it is a slow-pressure cooker designed to melt your financial independence. You are trading away your future security merely to avoid the temporary emotional discomfort of market fluctuations. Let us translate this abstract psychological theory into a concrete daily reality for an ordinary office professional. Imagine a diligent manager who deposits £500 every month into a savings account with zero real yield. After 10 years, they look at their impressive £60,000 balance and feel a deep sense of accomplishment. They believe they have successfully beaten the system by strictly avoiding the terrifying volatility of the markets. But when they try to purchase a family home, they discover property prices have surged by more than 50%. The very safety they worshipped has left them completely unable to afford the exact lifestyle they were saving to buy. This is the ultimate paradox of the working-class saver that keeps millions of people perpetually trapped in poverty. The exact psychological mechanism you use to guarantee absolute financial safety is what destroys you over a lifetime. Hoarding every single penny in a zero-risk environment is mathematically guaranteed to slowly destroy your net worth. Every time you refuse to invest because you fear a £10 loss, inflation quietly steals £15 from you. You never see the theft on your monthly statement, which makes it incredibly easy for your brain to simply ignore it. Financial institutions rely on your loss aversion to secure cheap capital that they promptly invest for their profit. They pay you fractions of a penny in interest while leveraging your extreme frugality to generate major market gains. Your irrational fear of losing money is precisely the fuel that powers the wealth creation engines of the upper class. If you want to break free from this insidious cycle, you must fundamentally rewire how you perceive the act of saving. The transition from a scarcity mindset to an abundance mindset requires a complete redefinition of your bank account. You must immediately shift your internal narrative from saving money simply to store it, to saving money to deploy it. Wealthy individuals do not view their liquid cash savings as a final, secure vault meant for permanent preservation. They view their checking accounts merely as a temporary waiting room for capital to rest before entering the market. If understanding this psychological trap is fundamentally changing your perspective, subscribe to continue the journey. Your money is a collection of employees, and leaving them uninvested means they are sleeping while inflation attacks. Historical trends suggest that deploying capital into diversified assets is the only true shield against inflation. When you invest, you are exchanging the false comfort of a stagnant number for the genuine protection of real value. It requires immense emotional discipline to watch an investment drop by £10 without panic selling everything. But overriding that innate loss aversion is the precise skill that separates the working class from the truly wealthy. You must stop agonizing over a 50p discount and start focusing on the long-term compounding of your assets. Frugality without investment is just self-imposed deprivation that leaves you completely exposed to currency collapse. You cannot shrink your way to wealth, you must build the psychological resilience to let your capital face the market. The fundamental flaw in relying solely on frugality is that it addresses the wrong mathematical side of the equation. Saving every penny only protects the nominal integer on a screen while completely abandoning the underlying value. Loss aversion tricks you into playing a game of total defense in an economic system that structurally demands offense. Your absolute refusal to accept temporary volatility guarantees you will suffer a permanent destruction of your wealth. True financial prosperity is never built by hiding your resources in a desperate attempt to avoid any possible loss. It is built by actively deploying capital into the world, knowing that measured risk is the only true form of safety.